On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what one, a blessed and wonderful Tuesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So now the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, in the morning here we're going to give you a recap quick and fast before we get into the main stories. Now in yesterday morning's vlog, I made mention of 3 criminal elements that are indeed wanted by the St. Andrew South Police Division. That's the Hunts Bay Police Station, just so you know. They were listed as 39-year-old Marcel Slew, aka Zella in the criminal underworld, or Zella Stinger as some may call him, who is from the General Raphael Ramsey Road, Whitfield Town communities of Maxfield Avenue. He was also featured as wanted along with his criminal counterparts, a criminal element known as Christopher Henlan, aka Rev, and also Kevin Harvey, aka Brains. In yesterday morning's vlog, I gave you the photographs of Rev and Brains. So this morning, I'm giving you the photograph of Marcel Slew, aka Zella Stinger, who has been wreaking havoc in the General Raphael Ramsey Road area for quite some time. Now, this criminal element here sits at the helm of the infamous Stinger Gang. I also made mention that this ongoing gang war in the General Raphael Ramsey Road, Barnes Avenue area of Maxfield Avenue is one that is very much unpredictable, because this minute the war is going in a certain direction and before you know it, it switches direction on you. Because as I've always stated, no loyalty among thieves. And this ongoing gang war have seen a lot of fatal knockings and clappings, but it's hard to really point fingers, as the friend turn enemies type of situation is very, very real. Yesterday I made mention of this criminal element presently on your screen identified as Kemar Fraser, aka Pari, a real corrupted type of youth, one that we would have called switchy, because he was indeed an active knockis and clappis for Zella Stinger. Now he is knocking it and clapping it pan Zella Stinger and his compatriots. Now remember, my peeps, for show you how the thing corrupted, you know. Pari was one of the active knockis and clappis who assisted Zella Stinger in taking out his own child's mother. We are talking about Tashana Joseph, that was taken out in a hail of bullets in a yard right beside Zella Stinger bar by Maxfield. So this just goes to show how corrupt the criminal underworld is. Now Pari have another Pari, pun intended, who goes by the name of Nico Hines, but more popularly known in the criminal underworld as Bam Bam. Now they have teamed up against the likes of Zella Stinger, Rev, and his criminal accomplice known as Brains, and start knock it and clap it on them. Now Pari lives at the extreme back of Ramsey Road. But him take away himself, gone over Wellington roadside right now and start beat can pan him farmer than Zella stinger. Yeah, man. Now, as it relates to the knockings and clappings of this brother presently on your screen identified as Andrew, but more popularly known as Tallman in the street. He was taken out and his body dumped in a manhole over there in the Barnes Avenue section of Maxwell Avenue the same day when little man was taken out in a hail of bullets by criminal rivals. Now persons are stating that Pari, Clapway, Andrew aka Tallman for no reason. Persons are pointing to the fact that Tallman was innocent and that Tallman lost his life simply because he was having a relationship with a former girlfriend of Pari. Now, my peeps, make it make sense there to me. Because from my understanding, in the criminal world, you lie with dog, you go rise with flea. So the fact that Pari is a known knockis and clappis, if a girl go spread out the good give Pari, automatically she's a whole crossmite. And if you a regular man, a regular member of John Public, a decent law-abiding citizen, go lie with a known crossmite, it just not add up. Just not add up. Because what I know in the world of crossmites, and statistics has proven this over the year, that when a crossmite left a corner boy, she normally go back to bed with someone of a similar, if not the same, character. Crossmites are not attracted to decent, law-abiding men. So I don't believe for a minute that Andrew, aka Tallman, was some sort of angel with a halo over his head with imperial white wings, a flap round his back. Tallman, I really have not gotten all the intel as yet as it relates to Tallman and if he's really involved. But I'm more leaning to the side that from a crossmite can have an open relationship with you, you're also a tainted figure. But as always, On The Spot News Media will most definitely unearth the truth and get back to you as it relates to the true character of Andrew, aka Tallman. Yeah, man. So anyway, make we continue. Now on the holiest of Thursday, that's last Thursday, this brother presently on your screen identified as Andre Osler, said to be from Trenchtown in the Kingston Western Police Division, was brutally taken out in a hail of bullets at the Oxford Mall that's right across from the Coronation Market, downtown Kingston. Man, them spread him out like a sheet, no longer among the land of the living. Now the streets, have it to say, is criminal rivals known as Gasha was one of the knockis and clappis on that brutal scene. He was seen laying on the ground with a green handkerchief wrapped around his face in a red hat and clad in what appears to be an army fatigue t-shirt and an acid wash jeans, lay down flat on him back with red substance running from the side of his head. So the ongoing gang war in the Trenchtown and Rima communities in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Kingston Western Police Division continues. Yeah, man. Now we are going to saddle to the east, my peeps, where a knockings and clappings took place out there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled community of Dunkirk. So information reaching on the Spot News Media suggests that sometime around 3 to 4 o'clock, somewhere in that region, a criminal element identified as Ivor McKen, otherwise known as Mario in the criminal underworld, a top knockis and clappis in the place. The man them circle him and dirt him, leaving him lifeless along Wellington Street. So the information states that Mario was standing along the road at Wellington Street, talked to a friend, when he was pounced upon by a lone knockis and clappis on foot, who opened gunfire, hitting him to the back of the head. So the man walk up on him neatly and rest the matic in him head back and clam. Mario food get nyam. Yeah man. He was however assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he was later pronounced you know what. Now information reaching on the Spot News Media is that Mario's life was taken by another criminal element identified as Evil Boss, who is said to be a top-ranking member of the Wellis Kelly gang. Yeah man. Mario was also a member of the Wellis Kelly gang, and they had a fallout. So watch this now, my peeps. As I've always stated, this friends turn enemies thing is real. Now Mario and another top member in the gang known as Bob have a little disagreement. And Mario swear blind say, yo Bob, me have to slap you away and go for a rifle and knock it and clap it off a Bob and take away him bat. And from right there and then, he became an enemy of his own clan. And as some Mario end up get for lose for him 3 points in the Gideon. But that I got trigger off a serious internal gang war within the Wellis Kelly gang. So not only that Wellis Kelly have their opponents to fight, but they also are going to have to fight within their own ranks. Well, I just hope that they take out each other one by one without hurting any regular member of Jan Public, and of course making the work for the police and soldiers them easier. Yeah man, so continue doing the wonderful internal gang conflict we're not going with. Just continue to slap with each other. But remember, leave the innocent out of nothing. Now over there in the Garden Parish of St. Ann, the once peaceful parish of St. Ann, that you can most definitely enjoy the greenery and the panoramic views of St. Ann because it sits right there on the northern coastline of Jamaica. Boy, may I tell you my peeps, the thing rough because St. Ann itself get rough. Now a man identified as Badness was taken out in a hail of bullets in the parish of St. Ann, a section of St. Ann known as Golden Grove. This took place yesterday, Monday. The man who lost his life has since been identified as 56-year-old Alcan Rose, but he's known in the streets as Bucks or Badness. Now the police report suggests that residents heard loud explosions sometime around 10:30 on Sunday night near the Fesco service station in the area. Now in the morning, that's yesterday morning, sometime around 7:30 a.m., residents discovered the lifeless body of the now deceased and contacted the Claremont police station. When the police arrived, Rose was found on his back with what appears to be multiple corner wounds to the upper body and head. The scene was processed and the body taken to the St. Ann's Bay Regional Hospital, where his loss of life was confirmed. The police states that they have no idea why his life was taken and their investigations continues. And as we continue further west, we'll be stopping in the most murderous police division, that's the St. James Police Division, where the St. James Police arrested and charged 4 persons after a gun was allegedly found in a car at a beach in Mobile. Now, the persons were charged with breaches of the Firearms Act in relation to the incident that occurred on a beach in Mobile on Monday. So charged with the possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition are 26-year-old Kenroy Gale, otherwise known as Kenil, a steward of Granville in the parish of St. James, and also 28-year-old Shaquille Williams, otherwise known as Shakur, said to be a delivery man of Fuller District, also in Granville, St. James, and also a 19-year-old man identified as Tian Blake, otherwise known as Tom, said to be of a Guns Drive address in Granville, St. James. And the 4th person has since been identified as Cheyenne Lee Bennett, otherwise called Lee, said to be a supervisor of a Church Lane address in Paradise, Norwood. You notice the places that these persons hails from. Troubled, war-torn communities. So reports by the St. James Police is that sometime around 12:20 a.m., a police team was in the area and saw a Nissan AD wagon motor car entering the beach compound. According to the police, the lawmen were walking towards the vehicle to address the driver who was blocking the entrance of the gate of the beach. But as the officers approached, the 4 began to behave in a manner that aroused their suspicion. A search was conducted of the vehicle, and during the search, a Canic TP95F Elite pistol with a magazine containing 10 live 9mm rounds was found under the rear seat of the motor car. Now, all 4 persons was taken into custody and they were charged after they were interviewed in the presence of their attorney. Their court date has not yet been finalized. Now, 4 persons in the vehicle. I'm pretty sure say the gun belonged to probably just one. Now, the onus is on the 3 so-called innocent for just push him out and make the squad of them know where I go on. Or probably all 4 are known, noted criminal elements. We bring this trap because them know them in a wrongdoings, and just in case them go cross enemy line, them can have this trap to defend them own. So, make we see how this one here go play out. Now on the Spot News Media will most definitely be doing some digging to seek answers as to who these 4 really are, and to seek and find out their true characters and present it to you, the regular members of Chun Public, in subsequent newscast. Yeah man, so anyway my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah man.